Hi, everybody. My name is Khalil. I am the Director of Faith Matters located in the state of Maryland. My talk is on Iman. It's an Arabic word meaning faith in truth. Iman, faith in truth, is a survival value. And I will be speaking from a Islamic perspective. Iman, faith in truth, matters because it is the recognition that Allah, God, is one and that Allah is. As El Ghazali has described it, Iman, faith in truth, is a vision which puts all other data and facts in perspective, which is proper to and requisite for a true understanding of them. It is the grounding for a rational interpretation of the universe. It itself, the prime principle of reason, cannot be non-rational or irrational, hence in contradiction with itself. It is the first principle of rationality and human survival. To deny this value or oppose it is to lapse from reasonableness and one's humanity. Truth matters because it is the verification of human rationality and the ethical and moral law. It is rationality, human rationality within ethical and moral law. If it's outside of it, it is not truth and it's not rational. It was Dr. Ismail al-Faruqi who wrote that Iman is an Arabic word meaning faith in truth. It is not merely an ethical category. In other words, it's not just about what's right and what's wrong. It is firstly a cognitive category. That is to say that it has to do with knowledge, with the truthfulness of its propositions. Cognition refers to the mental action or process of acquiring knowledge and understanding through thought, experience, and the senses. Ethics is a branch of philosophy that involves systematizing, defending, and recommending concepts of right and wrong. Faith and reason should be understood as actions that belong together, not in contradiction to each other. Faith and reason supports the idea that man has to hold the truth of his life as a value by choice. He has to learn truth to sustain it by choice. He has to discover the values it requires and practice his virtues by choice. Choose well because our lives depend on it. According to the Holy Quran, Iman is a conviction which is based upon reason and knowledge, a conviction that requires from full mental acceptance and an intellectual satisfaction, the kind of conviction that gives one a feeling of inner contentment and peace. So it has to satisfy the entire person, the human heart, as well as our mind. As a principle of knowledge, al-Tawheed is the recognition that Allah, the truth, is, and that God is one. The Arabic word, el-Haq, the truth, is one of the attributes of Allah in the Holy Quran. It is often used to refer to Allah as the ultimate reality. The Quran says it this way, Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Such is Allah, your real cherisher and sustainer. Apart from truth, what remains but error? How then are ye turned away? The question that are asked in this particular verse can cause the reader to think. Think about Allah, God, as the cherisher and sustainer of all. So why would God give us a false universe? God gives us the truth. in order for us to survive. To think, reason, and to act on that which is true gives us the proper response to reality. Without truth, what remains but error? Falsehood is non reality delusion and does not support the evolution of knowledge and progress. Truth applied in science, mathematics, philosophy, theology sustains our lives and has the potential to build a sustainable future for the next generation. The German philosopher Immanuel Kant argued that the moral law is a truth of reason, and hence that all rational creatures are bound by the same moral law, that we are all human beings bound by a single moral law. Thus is the answer to the question, what should I do? Kant replies that we should act rationally in accordance with the universal moral law. The Holy Quran says it this way, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The word of thy Lord does find its fulfillment in truth and in justice. None can change his words, for he is the one who hears and knows all. It goes on to advise, and cover not truth with falsehood, nor conceal the truth when ye know what it is. The message of Kant and the Holy Quran is that the moral law of Allah, God, is unchanging. God's moral law finds its further verification in truth and in justice. Iman, faith in truth, is a rational concept that supports the certainty of knowledge and positive action. Ibn Khaldun, another Muslim writer, wrote, "No one can stand up against the authority of truth, and the evil of falsehood is to be fought with enlightened speculation." He further wrote, "To accept something on mere presumption, or likewise to fail to investigate it, may cover up, blind, and lead people astray." So investigate, don't assume, just investigate until you're sure that you have the facts of a thing. So as Ibn Khaldun and Kant have written, and the Holy Quran declares that no one can survive without faith in the truth, because reality requires justified belief and awareness of facts in order to gain certainty of knowledge. The concept comes from this ideal in al-Tawheed in Islam, referred to the unity of the one God and the unity of truth. Al-Faruqi wrote extensively on this subject. He said that as an affirmation of the absolute unity of God, al-Tawheed is the affirmation of the unity of the sources of truth. God is the creator of nature from which man derives his knowledge. The object of knowledge is in the pattern of nature. The object of knowledge is in the pattern of nature, which are the work of God. Certainly, God knows them, since he is the author, and equally certain he is the source of revelation. He gives man of his knowledge, and his knowledge is absolute and universal. God is no trickster, not a benevolent agent whose purpose is to misguide or mislead, nor does he change his judgment as men do when they correct their knowledge, their willing, and their decision. God is perfect and omnipotent. He makes no mistakes. Otherwise, he would not be the transcendent God of Islam. The Quran backs the author up, Al-Faruq's assertions. The Quran says that let there be no compulsion in religion. You don't force religion on people, because it says, it continues, truth stands out clear from error. Whoever rejects evil and believes in Allah has grasped the most trustworthy handhold that never breaks, and Allah hears and knows all things. Human beings have a divine gift to discern truth from error. It gives humanity dignity and a foundation for an ordered society. Further, because truth can be known, no one should be forced into accepting a way of life or religion against his or her will. That's what the faith means. Allah, God, is the most trustworthy. Truth is the first principle for the establishment of faith, knowledge, progress, and human survival. Thank you for your attention, and may God bless us all.